Hello. I know I said I was gonna come back with a George Not Found video, which I had full intention on doing. I would literally show you my notes. I watched all of their responses, yada, because I was like, I'm really gonna analyze this. And I wanted the nitty gritty. I wanted to get into it. I was like, okay, let's sit down and do this thing. And then right as I was about to get to the editing process, I was like, I don't want to do this. No one cares. No one cares anymore. It literally happened like 2 weeks ago. Like, everybody's opinions were already formed on it. My opinion is not that different than everybody else's. So why? Why am I doing this? Also, I was putting so much effort into that I didn't post anything for like a week, and I bled like 80 subscribers, but I did gain like 600. So thank you very much for that. That was amazing. What came down to it is I want something that's funny. That situation isn't that funny, you know? No, it's just cringe. They're cringe people. Those people are so weird. We're not saying that everything I have to talk about needs to be hilarious, because I want to talk about the Ruby Frankie journals soon, because they're freaking wild. But I don't know if you guys saw, but Turkey Tom said that I might be able to come on his stream, so I was going to talk about that. So I didn't make a video on that yet. But so right now I just want to do stuff that are funny. This isn't funny, though. What I'm about to talk about isn't necessarily funny, but the fact that it happened is kind of funny. Jake Paul made jokes about Mike Tyson's dead daughter. I was planning on making fun of Sniper Wolf, because I was like, you know, I can make some jokes about Sniper Wolf, because I hate Sniper Wolf. I think I'm still gonna do a video making fun of Sniper Wolf. Then I got a little ding on my phone from the good old platform of Reddit, and all it said was Jake Paul made fun of Mike Tyson's daughter, or dead daughter, and I was like, wow, that's a bit more interesting. This was the link that they linked with the post, so I thought we could watch it. It's kind of long, so I might cut out parts that are boring. Okay, so let's just get into it. Jake Paul's so ugly. Can I just say that first? Why did he take on the persona of a salmon-colored lumberjack? He's got the rosacea going on. He has the beard. His mouth is weird. Sorry. Isn't making fun of people's appearance not allowed on YouTube? I wonder if if that's even gonna affect me, because it's not Jake Paul's gonna see this video. Okay, anyways, let's get to it.
Feel bad I let you down. Sorry, brother.
Out of nowhere, Jake Paul has finally bowed to the pressure on him and sent an open apology to Mike Tyson after his comments on Mike Tyson's late daughter. Professional boxers and supporters came for Jake Paul's head after he claimed he was going to bury Mike Tyson beside his late daughter. Many professionals...
Okay, that's crazy. What the Why would he... That's such a strange thing to say. I don't even have a comment for that yet.
Deemed this disheartening, disrespectful, and beyond limits. They heavily criticized Paul for it, and he has responded to their criticisms with a public apology. Let's get right in.
In the corner, and he goes, "Bro, this is your first pro debut. It's okay."
Okay, I might not fully understand the context of this, but I really don't understand why he's crying. I guess he could be crying because he feels bad or something, but I just really don't understand how in this context Jake Paul is crying, you know? Anyways.
Hey, if you move in the...
I can't understand what he's saying. I have to turn on the subtitles. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my ears.
Wow. And then he comes back in here and is like...
Interestingly, for the very first time, the build-up to the bout between...
Corner, and he goes, "Bro, this is your first pro debut. It's okay if you lose in the 6th round." And then He comes back in here and it's like, yo.
Interestingly, for the very first time, the build-up to the bout between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has witnessed a moment of respect, honesty, kindness, and love. It wasn't so easy to arrive at this point, however. The state of the build-up right now wasn't one that was easily achieved. It has been a product of intense arguments, insults, and mockery. Perhaps you couldn't keep track of the sequence of events adequately. Here's a brief
Okay, this actually might be kind of interesting for me because I do not pay attention to the fights at all, or like the boxing or the fight. I don't know anything about it. But everybody's always talking about it, so always down to gain some knowledge.
recap before we examine Jake Paul's apologies.
Yeah, the biggest ever.
Ever. It's on pace to be the biggest fight ever.
Yes, and we're involved.
We're involved, right?
We're involved. All those big chefs, all the biggest athletes in the world.
Though many of the heated arguments were sparked by fans and professionals who picked keen interests on the matchup because of the staggering age difference.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Keemstar pretended he died for April Fools. And I thought it was really funny. I don't know if anyone else believed it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't believe it for a good 30 seconds until I realized it was April Fools. That made me giggle.
Between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. It all really started when Jake Paul released the announcement video of the match. Person would have found it difficult to determine if the match was in the present or past, as Jake Paul filled the video with clips of Mike Tyson's fights and interview sessions during his prime. Tyson was disgusted, and he shared how he felt by Jake Paul's actions. And in retaliation, Tyson began posting his daily training sessions with stern warnings to Jake Paul. But Jake Paul wasn't one to back out of any contest. Jake Paul also responded with his training and sparring sessions. Aside from that, he was intentional about bringing back memories of the bite fight between Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield.
16,000.
That looked like that guy was about to like eat out his like artery. Oh my god. That was terrifying. Also, I'd be lying if I said I knew what they were talking about.
I'm never gonna be able to afford all this gear.
I can't.
1997. Jake Paul wasn't content with the clips of the bite fight released in his announcement video. He went ahead to mimic and troll Tyson by biting what looked like a plastic ear in a video. In his most recent troll, he was seen imitating the patterns of Mike Tyson's training footage, where he begins by mentioning the training day before showing clips of himself training and sparring. In imitating that, Jake Paul said day one, but rather than show training footage, he showed...
See, this is like what I don't care about. I just care about the fact that he said that he made a joke about his dead daughter. Like, is it ever gonna talk about that?
For going that far. It's not
care about like the whole back and forth. Like, Jake Paul's stupid. I'm not gonna call Mike Tyson stupid because I know he's very well respected in what he does, but that's Jake Paul. That's Bizarrevark. I don't even remember what his name was. What was his? Dirk? Something like that, but
disrespectful and disheartening, hurtfully capable of opening up the old wounds of boxing legend and former undisputed world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. However, in the most unexpected plot twist, Jake Paul has come to tender a public apology to Mike Tyson on his insensitive comments about his late daughter. His public apology came on a brief live session he had, where he was seen saying, "So, I'm here very briefly to do one thing. Everyone's been calling for my head for making some insensitive statements about Tyson's late daughter. I'm sorry about that. Perhaps a fluke to many, but Jake Paul went ahead in an attempt to explain the rationale behind his act."
I guess that's a bit of a weak opening line. Sorry about that. Sorry I made fun of your dead child, but I wouldn't really expect anything more from Jake Paul. Can I eat a peanut butter cup?
Actions. I understand we always have boundaries, and I'm sorry for going that far. It's not so easy for me. It wasn't deliberate. I saw comments where he said he was gonna end me, and I just felt I should say the same too. As I spoke, I remembered the incident, and it just slipped. It wasn't my intention to be disrespectful and insensitive. I saw something similar and just felt like playing along, and that...
I mean, I don't see how bringing up someone's dead daughter could be seen as anything other than insensitive and in poor taste. And I'm not talking about dark humor, because this isn't humorous. Like, Jake Paul wasn't trying to be funny, so, like, just throw, like, dark humor out the window. I'm not even talking about that, because Jake Paul's not funny. Jake Paul was mad. Jake Paul fucked up.
Came. I apologize to Mike Tyson, I apologize to his family, I apologize to my supporters and Tyson's supporters and everyone in boxing. I love kids and I love Exodus.
I apologize to all.
May her gentle soul rest in peace. However, no one would expect Jake Paul to appear on screens without any iota of controversy. Prove just that again.
In these videos, but it's like so necessary, and again, like...
That's the Jake Paul I'm thinking of. That Jake Paul was insane. He's probably still insane, but...
These daily vlogs are my life and how I feel, and I feel bad.
Once he...
Real quick, editors know, I don't know how I missed the SoundCloud rap. I can't believe I missed that. I just have to acknowledge that, because that cannot go unacknowledged, because that is actual psychopath behavior. Why would you do that? Why?
He was done with his apology, he called out those who have been calling for his head and have been acting like they've not made insensitive comments. He said, "And for everyone who's been saying shit about me, F you all. For y'all who have been acting like you don't say stiffs in your face-offs and bant, go to hell, you MF."
See, I mean, I always think that, like, it's really weird when, like, public figures bring up, like, well, don't act like you wouldn't have made fun of someone's dead daughter, where it's like, it doesn't matter if anybody else did. It matters that you did, because you're Jake Paul and you're fighting Mike Tyson. You're the one who decided to say it in front of millions of people. So, I don't know how you can be mad at people being mad at you.
Boxing is better off without you. Y'all should keep shutting F off. Even Tyson was always saying crazy things while he fought, so why make me a criminal? Yeah, I apologize, but you all can get out of my way, and I hope boxing brings it to the ring someday, and I get to whoop your asses.
Jake Paul is crazy. Like, what kind of, like, closing is that for an apology? And again, apologizing for making fun of someone's dead daughter. And, like, again, not even, like, he wasn't even trying to be funny. He was literally just trying to be mean. Like, that's the thing. Like, if he was trying to be funny, it'd be a whole different conversation. But, like, he was trying to be mean. He was trying to shit talk. So, like...
Jake Paul's apology has come quite surprisingly and sadly, with some jots of controversy in it. Several boxers came for Jake Paul in support of Mike Tyson after Jake Paul's insensitive comment. But Jake Paul, who is looking to keep things cool with Mike Tyson, has
Fun fact.
come back for them all, claiming they should only be permitted to accuse him if they've not been guilty before. However, to Jake Paul's fans and supporters, this won't be the first time Jake Paul has been seen apologizing. One would only expect a naughty rascal like Jake Paul to keep rendering endless apologies, as he's mostly seen at the center of chaos and disorder.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see Jake Paul as, like, a serious, like, boxing fighter. Like, it's just Jake Paul. At the end of the day, it's literally just Jake Paul.
At some point, Jake Paul had to apologize.
What is that? That is not Jake Paul. Who is that?
To some members of his team, the Martinez brothers, over some of his abusive actions and comments. Once, the problem child issued an apology to the
I remember that. That was like 2018, I think. That was like the drama that I grew up with. That was like what I was watching.
Martinez twins for his abusive behavior after the Barcelona natives quit his Team 10 social media label over what they said was his mistreatment.
That's not the Martinez twins, right? Or is that what they look like now? Because I really, like, I don't think that's them. Like, I guess I could be wrong, but it doesn't even, like, look like them. Hold up. That looks like it could be the Dobre brothers, but it's also definitely not them. It does not look like it could be them. Okay. When's this from? They only have 2 posts. March 9th. So this was recent. Yeah. Like that is just not the Martinez twins. That is so interesting. Huh. He said Martinez twins, right? Hold it.
Child issued an apology to the Martinez twins for his abusive behavior after the Barcelona natives quit his Team 10 social media label over what they said was his mistreatment of them.
A girl ever again.
You guys are kids.
Martinez twins are next. Oh, you thought it was photoshopped.
It's real?
Bro, you thought it was photoshopped. Bro. Oh, that's why you weren't reacting.
Popular social media personality.
He was such a douchebag. He was the worst. I didn't watch him or Logan because I thought both of them were kind of annoying. I was on the same shit when I was 12 that I am right now. I was like them. They're weird.
Long ago responded to claims by Ivan and Emilio Martinez, who alleged in a video that Jake Paul made fun of them on a daily basis while they all lived together in the same house.
That's literally not them. I don't even know who that is. That's literally not them. That's really funny.
Ivan said pointedly, "Jake, you are a bully. You go somewhere where no one speaks Spanish or your language, and you see people in the house laughing, and you don't even know what they're talking about. Then you find out they were talking bullshit about you, laughing at you, every single day." Without hesitation, Team 10 and Jake Paul denied in a statement that he bullied Ivan and Emilio.
Yeah, see, I think Jake Paul probably bullied every single person in his vicinity. He's just he just sucks. He's not a good person.
Martinez, saying that what the Martinez twins said in the video.
That haircut, oh my god. That haircut is actual blasphemy or something. That is, oh my god.
Video simply isn't true. If they had ever said anything, we would have addressed it like a real family does. Paul also had tweeted in response to them, "Stop being immature and making videos so you can get views and prove your point."
He just is not good at it's if you're gonna combat the allegations, don't do it in a way that makes you look like more of an asshole. You know, if it's you're trying if you're combating the allegations, clearly you're trying to save your career, so maybe at least try to not be an asshole for the first time in your entire life. I mean, it works out for him. I mean, I think he has a net worth of $50 million. He's rich as f, and he's very famous. So I don't know.
Talk to me like a man in person. However, not too long after, Paul changed his tune and posted a pair of videos on Twitter in which he apologized to the brothers. First of all, I am so sorry to the Martinez twins. Nobody should ever feel bullied, and I truly apologize for not doing a better job as a leader and as a friend. Pure and simple, I owe you guys an apology. Paul added, "We are in the business of pranking each other and creating video content around those pranks. However, it's obvious that with the language..."
The pranking phase on YouTube was the word that destroyed so many relationships. Cheating prank with my boyfriend. I pranked my boyfriend that I fucking fucked his brother in the ass. Those were crazy. And it always ended bad. And no one ever figured it out. But it got the views, so I guess can't laugh.
Language barrier between us, the twins weren't always fully aware of what was going on, and I should have done a better job of making sure they were fully informed about these pranks. Again, Jake Paul had another case of apology, where he eventually had to part ways with Disney because of his actions. Jake Paul made his TV debut in Disney Channel's Bizaardvark, but parted ways with the show after he notoriously tormented his neighbors in West Hollywood with his outrageous stunts over the summer.
I didn't know that that was the specific reason he left. I thought it was just like because he was like more famous than the show was meant. Well, obviously his like digital footprint is absolutely deplorable. He has like, he's seen, and especially back then, he was probably in like the worst light on the internet, but I didn't know it was specifically like that. I feel like he did, like, I don't know.
Paul has apologized for the obnoxious behavior and recently moved to a $6.9
He apologized, but the mother never stopped being obnoxious.
mansion on 3.5 acres of property in Calabasas. Paul has since moved on from Disney and focused more on his YouTube channel. In another situation,
Does Jake Paul still have a YouTube channel? I actually was thinking about that the other day, whether or not he like still posts YouTube videos. Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Shut up. Jake Paul, why 2023 was the best year of my life. Good for you. Good for you. My 2023 sucked. My 2023 was not fun. It sucked. But yeah, he still posts. He still gets decent views. Holy shit. What the f? How's that allowed? How does he get away with that? 4 years ago, Tana. This was like... See, this was like... After Tana married Jake Paul and then they got divorced, that was when she started, like, getting bad. Like, she was, like, in, like, 2018 with, like, her MTV stuff, like, she really started to go downhill and, like, was becoming less relatable and just, like, cringe. And then she did that and everybody was, like, done with Tana Mojo. Like, all of her, like her audience, like, they don't care about Jake Paul. Like, they wanted to hear, like, tell a story time about the time that she, like, almost got arrested for, like, minor in consumption when she was, like, 14. That's what people wanted from her, but she married Jake Paul and everybody was like, okay, screw that. But then she bounced back okay, especially with the canceled podcast. It's, like, extremely successful. That's literally, undeniably one of the most successful podcasts from any YouTuber. Like, not the, but, like, one of, for sure. So, I love Tana Mojo again. But when she did this, I was like, okay, I'm done. But she managed to reel me back in. And if it's me, it's probably others. Okay, it looks like it's going to explain why he was crying.
Paul once issued an apology for his CTE comments, saying after being fired shots from fellow fighters. Once, Paul said that he had early signs of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE. The comments were picked up by the media and were seen by fans and fighters. I'm putting my mental health on the line. My brain is on the line. Like you said, I've gone and gotten brain scans and I have early signs of CTE, but...
Okay, I don't really know.
And people will see that,
CTE
whether it's after...
Let me figure that out. What is CTE in the brain? Chronic traumatic... Oh, he literally said that. A brain disorder likely caused by repeated head injuries. Well, what do you expect when for a living you get punched in the head by a 600... I don't know. I don't know how to gauge men's weights at all. Like, I'll, like, look at a dude and I'll be like, that's probably, like, a 250-pound man. And they're only, like, 190. And I'm like, huh. I don't get it. But anyways, I feel like being punched repeatedly in the head by people who are in the gym getting swole every single day would probably cause that. I'm surprised that they don't all have that.
Corner. And he goes, bro, this is your first pro debut. It's okay if you lose in the 6th round. And then he comes back in here and is like...
Quite predictably, he has some apologies that aren't only laughable.
Yeah, but anyways, I've kind of scanned through the rest of the video. I don't really care about the rest of it. I was mostly just focused on he's saying that Mike Tyson's daughter, talking about how she died. Anyways, real quickly, I just wanted to bring light to the fact that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is getting divorced. Gypsy Rose Blanchard announces separation from husband. So, if you guys don't know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, I'm just going to give it real quick. She was like, actually, look it up yourself. I don't want to explain it because it's kind of a sensitive situation and I don't want to get up. Anyways, but when she went to prison for 10 years. And when she got out, she was married to this man named Ryan Scott Anderson. And they were like, I think they got married when they were in prison. But when she got out, she was just like, I need to find the comment. She just said something really freaking funny. Because everyone was like making fun of her husband or something. Because like, it's like, look at this guy. Like he's like kind of easy to make fun of. Like that's just what happens when you're on the internet. Oh goddamn. Like yeah, like he's a roastable dude. But anyways, then she responded to the backlash. I'm gonna read it. Ryan, don't listen to the haters. I love you. And you love me. We do not owe anyone anything. Our family is who matters. If you get likes and good comments, great. If you get hate, then whatever, because they don't matter. I love you. Besides, they jealous because you are rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said it. The D is fire. Happy wife, happy life. So, obviously, everybody lost their freaking minds over this. Like, it was, like, it's just funny. Like, that's really funny. But anyways, they're getting divorced, which kind of sucks. Like, I have a feeling it's probably has something to do with all the online attention they're getting because, like I said earlier, it's, like, very hard to make a relationship work when it is completely under the eyes of millions of people. So, and I think she got off of the internet completely because I think she also is going back to prison. Or I don't know if she's, like, actually going back, but she did, like, violate her parole by reaching out to her co-offender who, and, like, the rules of her probation were, like, you're not allowed to contact your co-offender whatsoever. But then the internet kind of guilt-tripped her into contacting him because it's like he got life, no parole. She got 10 years where she kind of got him to do it. And everybody kind of guilt-tripped her, so I guess she contacted him. And that violated her parole. So she might be going back to prison, which sucks. It's super sad, actually. But anyways, that's about all I have left for y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I didn't post for a while. I was, like, diligently working on that George Not Found video. I also am in college and I have a job. So I'm a little bit busy. I don't have all the time in the world to put towards this because unless this becomes, like, somehow a source of income, I have to just keep staying on that grind. I'm going to try to post more. Anyways, thank you to everyone else who followed me on Instagram and DM'd me. There was a lot of you. And again, thank you for all the subscribers. I bled like 100, which, like, in the 9 days that I didn't post. So that kind of stinks, but fair enough. So hopefully I can win you back. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.